Are we back, guys? Is there sound? Sorry about the loss of sound. I have no idea what happened there. It seems that my YouTube is playing up. Are we back? Can you hear me? Apparently my sound went, so I had to rejoin. Are we back? Can you hear me this time? Is everyone okay with my sound? The sound alright? Yeah? I don't know what happened there, guys. Sorry about that. I was chatting away and then it went. So yeah, as I said, I'm not going to go on about it. I just wanted to put it out there. That was just my opinion on it all. And I've been getting a lot of hate about me being against tip jars. So I just want to clarify that. Because I'm not. I've got nothing against anything. Do what you want. It doesn't bother me. But I don't always agree with that being the main purpose. That was all. So I'm going to drop the subject now. So I'm going to go for eggshell, and just over the sepia I'm just going to go very lightly because I don't want to lose that brown. But it's got to be a little bit, ivory type with a slight yellow tinge. So yeah, I'm not going to go on about it. I just wanted to put it out there because I have got people saying that I am against things, and I'm not. I'm not against anything. Live your life, do what you want to do. But I'm just using this moment just to get it off my chest because I have had a few things said as well about me in tip jars, and me not. I've not got against it about anything, you know. Do whatever. And yeah, I just wanted to get it out there because I am not getting hate about me being against things when I'm not. I'm really not. Do what you want. It's no skin off my nose. Okay, I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna get the Posca because I'm gonna go over it, and I don't know if you guys have got a very thin Posca, but I use a very, very fine thin one, which is a 0.7mm nib. It's the 0.7, and just where the ears are, just here, I only want it light, and I'm going to go over it a little bit. So yeah, I just wanted to put it out there. But anyway, let's move on from that. Because, oh sugar, I don't want any like backlash over that come out splodgy, God knows why. But I think wires get crossed when it's all this he said, she said stuff, and it's not the case at all. Not the case. I've got nothing bad to say, so I'm not going to bring any negativity. That is not what my channel is about. Hate it. I've always hated drama. Yeah, it's back. Sorry guys, I don't know what happened there. But we're going along with, we're still doing a buzz. So we're going along with the hairs here, and we're going to bring, with the Posca, we need some hairs going on. And we're going to go over that slightly with the eggshell once it's dry. But little buzz is usually quite fluffy around the edges, and I don't want my pen to be too inky, but then it has to work, you know. At the moment it's being a little bit funny. So you just want some hairs going on. Sometimes I think, you know, there's a funny sort of thing going on behind the scenes. I don't understand with YouTube personally, but I don't know. What do I know? I'm new to the scene. I'm not, you know, I've not been here for a long time. I need new, I do. I need new. I love a Posca, but it just, while it's, you have to wait for it to completely dry before you go over it in the same colours. But don't press too hard, because what's going to end up happening is that you scratch the Posca off. So you end up putting it down to take it back off again. So just make him a bit fluffy. And then when that's dry, you can go over it with your eggshell And we don't want to darken him up too much because he is practically the same sort of colours. So we're going to do second buzz. I mean, this is not going to be anything too special, these hedgehogs, because what can you do? I mean, seriously, what can you do? It's the same colours. It's the same colours, isn't he? We don't need to add too much to it. I know. Hiya, that's okay. Have a great afternoon, Sammy. Or evening in our case. We're going to do the same. We're going to get our sepia and we're going to do the same with this guy. You're just picking out. There's hardly any shading. You can't really shade on quills. It's really hard to shade on little quills. They're tiny. So we're going in the areas. So what's everyone up to? What's everyone colouring? Let me know what you're all doing, what you're all colouring. If you've got any YouTubes or Instagrams, link them in. I know Zoe over at Zoe Archer, her channel, she's got a group, guys, if you want to go and take some love, give some love over to her. She's got a group called Our Colouring Journey, I believe it's called. And I think she's linked it in her description. She's got 22 people at the moment, so it needs to grow. Because she's put so much effort into that group, and it would be so nice for her to be able to just have some love, and yeah, just it will be nice for her. So she's got Our Colouring Journey, and colouring is spelled the British way with a U. So it's lovely Zoe, someone. So we're doing the same with this little guy here. How are you? So there's another one. Are you doing that for the colours of Sweden by any chance? Oh, and anyone that wants to do the colour of Sweden over on Instagram or the Reading with Pugs group or on my Facebook, which is, oh God, why can't I even think of my own stuff here? It's called Colour and Chat with Sammy with a U. Adult Colouring, that's my page over on Facebook. I've had it for a good few years now. That, you can also share your colours of Sweden pictures. I am working on one at the moment from Hannah Carlson's Jewellery Box book, and I am going to get back to that at some point, but I'm having so much fun with the Misfits, guys. If anyone hasn't got a Misfits book, I highly recommend them. I know KP's got a few. Hey! It's a Swedish book, Tatty. It's by Maria Troll. It's the Vivi Needs a Friend one. I think it's available on Amazon, isn't it? That Droom, how do you even pronounce that? Droom Reese, the Maria Troll. It's the Vivi book. I've got the Vivi book from Sweden. I bought it on Printworks Market. And I absolutely adore her work, but I don't do enough of it because there's just so many other books, and you go with what takes you at the time, don't you? I think that's important with a hobby. I always say, please don't put pressure on yourself to do pictures. Like, whatever you feel for, go for. So if you're feeling for one that you are not, you know, body colouring with someone, do one, KP. I love your Misfits. You and May, you're the one that's made me sort of choose one and pick one up, the Misfits. But yeah, if you're going with something, you know, there's like pictures and you're body colouring, and there's no pressures on them, because I know like a lot of people have been pulling out of body colours. I've been listening because they just wasn't feeling them, and that's fine, but there's no rush on them. I'm sure the body colour person wouldn't mind if you took your time, but do go with what you feel for. If you feel for a Hannah Carlson picture one day, go for that. If you feel for a Misfits picture, go for that. If you feel for a really big double spread Mythomorphia and you only want to do that in stages, go for that. Go for whatever you feel for at the time. I do. Do you know, I based one in markers on the Alien Misfits, Kalina. I did base one down ready. But there's one other picture that I've based down as well that I'm going to do next. So, ugh. There's just so many in those Misfits books that I'm like, I want to do this one. I want to do that one. So, we're going to do these two hedgehogs. We'll do 1 or 2 flowers. And then we're going to break this into 2 sections. And we're going to do a cloudy sky with acrylic paints, on how to do that in your backgrounds on your books. How to mix those paints and how to put it onto paper. And don't be scared to do it, because it is so much fun. You've got to mix up some paints to do it, but that's fine. And the paints are very inexpensive, guys. You can buy them on Amazon for like £2, £1.50, or in the US about $2. Yes, I've got that as well, Desiree. You just have to do with what you fancy. Oh, Tess, you're going to have so much fun. Tess is waiting on for anyone that watches, Tess is waiting on the Jasmine Beckett Griffiths book, Touch 5 Markers and Others. Okay, we're going back to Eggshell, and we're going to go over all of that, but we're not pressing hard because we don't want to lose the dark parts. We want to keep the dark parts, and then we're going to have to put some hairs in on this one, and then we're going to have to go over that with some, I think I might go over with some ginger root or something. We'll go over those ones. So it's very lightly done. It's just I wanted him to look very similar. Okay, so now we're going to go for the white Posca again. My Posca's running out, guys, so bear with it. It's a, there we go. It is running out. You don't want it too inky, but you need some ink. So I'm just going to bring some hairs in. Don't worry about it looking Picasso-like at the moment. We're just doing messy hairs, just like Buzz has got. And then with those hairs, we're going to go over those with the pencil so that they blend in with the hair on the underneath of them, because they're really strange. They've got quills, and then they've got this really soft fur on their underbelly, hedgehogs. Like Buzz is very soft underneath. And they're looking all fluffy. They're all fluffy. So like here, Buzz has got fluff all the way around, as you can see. And then he's got whiskers, so we have to add those in as well. But we'll do that with a black. So then I'm going to grab... oh, all these lovely books. I think I'm going to grab ginger root for these, and very lightly over the hairs that you've put in the white that's dry, go over them, and then they blend in with the rest of it, because otherwise they stand out like a sore thumb. I'm just going over the white hairs. Are they dry? I think so. But you don't press hard, because you're going to scratch that Posca off. You don't want to scratch the Posca. You just put all that hard work down, and then you'll end up scratching it off. It just blends in then, blends right in. So, okay, now we need the black, if I can find one. Yeah, I'm the same. I don't even tell myself, Patty. I don't know how you're so strong for doing that. I don't even tell myself anymore that I'm not going to buy anything, because I fail miserably. So we need a black Prisma. And I need to sharpen. You need a super, 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 super sharp, because you're going to do whiskers. And then I think Buzz has got, oh God, he's got loads. He's got loads of little whiskers all around him. So very, very carefully, I'm going to add, he's got little ones. And really long, super long ones. Same on little Buzz. Big Buzz, little Buzz. Buzz 1 and 2. We can do a few messy ones. Okay, so we got some whiskers going on, and then with his eyes, because Buzz's eyes are really dark, I'm going to come round a little bit. And this is with your black, and I'm going to add the little white dots after. I'm going to bring those around because they are really dark eyes. They've got poppy out eyes as well. Just grab. Just going to go around these bits, guys. Just because they haven't got any black hair, but I'm just adding that in. Because I'm extra like that. Right, let me look at the chat. Hi, Melissa. Hi, everyone that has come in and I've not said hello. I'm not being rude. My head was down then. And then with your white Posca or your white gel pen or whatever white you've got, just going to add a few little... Okay, and we're going to zoom out of that one. So they're kind of like Buzz then, I think. They're just a lighter version of Mr. Buzz. Okay, so I'm going to bring this way. We're going to work on a couple of these flowers. I think I'm going to go for the yellows, guys. We're going to do 2 flowers. We're going to go for the one here that's like this way. We're going to go for the one that's open, and then these will all be the same anyway, so we won't like do too many, but we're going to go for these first. Oh, thank you. I mean, this was just winging it. You know, it really was. Because I didn't know what I was going to do or how I was going to approach them, so glad they worked out, put it that way. Then I'm going to go for a sand colour on these ones, and then I think bright style we need. Lemon yellow, no, we don't like that one. This is where you need a bit of testing paper before you lay your colours down. Okay, we'll go for Deco Yellow Sand, and then I need do I want Mineral Orange to blend in? So, yeah, I'm going to go for Mineral Orange on these. Okay, so base down is going to be the Deco Yellow, and like with all of my things, I always have a base, and on the end I just lighten my pressure towards the petal end. So we're going to go all of those, and towards the end just slightly lighter on our pressure. We do a couple of flowers, we'll work out the green leaf colour, and then we'll do a demonstration with how to do the clouds with the acrylic paints, and then we'll cut that there, guys, because I know that you've all got things to do and places to be. So we've now got sand, and I'm going to go from my inner part and up the side. So I always leave an area where I don't have that, because you're going to go back with your lightest colour at the end. So I go from my petal base, and I always go to one side. That's just how I do it. And this is all of the petals I do this with. And if you've got any questions or you've got anything, guys, just stick it in caps. So that, because I know you all talk amongst yourself, which is lovely. I love reading it. But so I don't miss anything or you think I'm ignoring you, just shove it in caps. Oh, and I got some really nice brushes yesterday, because I wanted some decent brushes, because my brushes, the bristles were really falling apart. And I'll recommend these highly. I'll show you them when I get to the paints. And they're not too expensive either. So that is just a base down. Then I'm going to just put the mineral orange in. because I want this quite like a sort of daisy chain type. I want it quite realistic to the colours that you would find out in the woods. You're going to blend this all in at the end. So have it a little bit messy to start, and then you use your pencils to blend it in. You're not going to use a blend-in pencil. Did anyone see not that long ago that Nick Filbert is making another book, and apparently it's going to be the same quality as Serene and the same kind of way as Serene, which is really lovely. So that's made me happy because Serene's my favourite book. So I was like, uh-oh, another one that we're going to have. So I've gone for those types of colours. Now I'm going to go back with my sand, and just on the edges of where I had the mineral orange, I'm going to blend that. You don't have to do it over the entire petal. No, I can't either. He's got my favourite book is Serene. I'm just going around the edges. And then we're going to go with one darker colour, but we're just getting this all sort of looking how we want it to. So let's quickly just have a little discussion about what is your favourite thing to colour and what is your least favourite thing to colour, and see what comes up the most as the least. I'm just curious. So what is your most favourite to start, and what's your least favourite thing? I'm just curious. We'll talk, I'll say them out loud as well, so that we can see with people who watch this back what their answers are. Really, Melissa? I would never have guessed that, but Melissa's faces is a least. Robin, you're the same, really. Skin. Yeah, backgrounds scare me. I'll be totally honest, backgrounds scare me. I'm going to go for pumpkin orange. I just want a darker shade to go on the inner side. I'm just curious, guys. Yep, flowers to me is my least. And too many leaves. Oh my god. Too many leaves. I can't stand that. Crystals, I don't like. And fur. Fur. I despise doing fur. And yet I love animals, but they are my least favourite to colour. I don't mind things like this. He's not furry. He's spiky. I can do spikes. I was just curious because there's so many people that say the same thing. Thanks, Melissa. We're just having a little go about... Oh, sorry about the camera. I shook the camera then. I'm just having a little play around with this one. This one is just totally... I haven't got a colour scheme worked out. But I think these colours will work, so... I'm just curious what people like and dislike, or what you... Okay, and then there's another question. What do you want to get better at in terms of using materials? Mine's paint. I'd love to learn with more paints. So what do you want to get out of your comfort zone with? So mine, for me, I'm going to say learning more paints, how to use watercolours better and how to use acrylic paints better. I'm going to zoom out of that. That is more, that goes with the sort of theme of what I'm going to go for here, because I want sort of an autumnal wreath. Yeah, same. So everyone's the same. Watercolours, it seems to be a big thing we all really want to learn, because there's so many watercolour materials that we've got, haven't we? And mediums and neo colours and watercolours and Jane Davenport's, and oh, there's so many. The Gansai Tambais, the what's the other one that we all like? The Fine Text. There's so many. And they're things that we can kind of have a go at, can't we? But we want to learn properly. So I'm going to go for this one because that's open and these are all going to be the same. So if we go for this one, I'm putting the deco yellow down again, because we're going to approach this slightly differently, and then the rest are going to be uniformed. So if anyone does this, it's the same all around. KP, you're amazing with them. Ink tints, yes, that's like a water soluble thing as well. Sand, we're going for next. Yep, I totally agree, I'm the same. Just love mixing and playing with paint, and I'd love to learn how to do watercolours. And you know how some videos you watch, they sort of blend them, don't they? And you think, oh my god, have you done that? Have you done that? Can I just know how the tricks of the trade is with that, please? I want to learn. I love watercolours. Genuinely love them. Then I'm going to go for my mineral orange, and I'm just going to bring that down. And I want to keep it to the side. Same here with this side. I want to keep it down to the left hand side on these petals. I'm going to turn my book slightly. Same with here to the left hand side. And again, I'm going to go this time with the right hand, because that is against. I always go for the petals that are against other things. Then I'm just going to go with my pumpkin orange on top of that and stop it at that point. And I do it again and stop it a little bit early. And then you blend it back in at the end with the sand. And then I'm going to grab my sand and blend in the end. And there, and there. So I'm going to leave that for now. We've done 2 hedgehogs. If next time I come back on Saturday, the flowers would have been done, we're going to finish it off on Saturday because it's only going to be 2 streams this one. So if you're going to go away and do this, anyone, or anyone's going to watch this back, we're going to come back, we're going to finish off like the small details. We're probably going to do it 2 to 3 streams. I'm hoping we'll get it done next time. So these ones are all going to be the same. So if you go for the big flowers, it's going to be this one here. Just pick out, they're all going to be the same. Next time I come back, at the end we add in all the detailing, but we're going to go do the second part of this stream now, which is the how to do a cloudy atmosphere with acrylics. So we'll leave this for now because we don't want to end up doing too much of this for today, because this is going to be repetitive. So we don't need to do all those. Continue with that same method on those. And then we're going to break it up now, and we're going to come to doing a bit of painting. So for those people who tune in for the colouring, this would be the part that you probably won't want to watch, which is fine, but I like to break it up and tell you what I'm going to do. If you want to learn how to do it, stick with me because I'm going to show you. I'm going to put away my pencils quickly because I hate them all over the place. And we're going to have a bit of a great time playing in paint now. So I've got my acrylics in front of me. I've got a whole little tub here of acrylics. We need some paint brushes. I've got these amazing ones here. And you need a mixing tray. And this is our next section. Well, I'm looking forward to doing this. I'm just putting away my prisms, guys. Hi, Anna. I'm going to show you how I did it. I'm going to show you how I managed to do it. Thank you. I love a bit of organisation. I must admit. I love it. I love being organised. I'm just putting my pencils away and then we'll start, because this part doesn't actually take that long. Surprisingly, it's quite quick. And you'll be surprised how quick you can actually do this. I didn't know how quick I'd be on them, and I managed to do it. Okay, so prismas are away. They are not in the right place, but I'll sort that out after. I'm going to show you my example and show you what I did, so that we've got something to work on. I love paints. Like, it's my new love. I love adding them into a background. It just makes the background. Okay, so you need, anyone that's going to do this, just something to mix on. I've got one of these cheap plastic mixing trays. These are great. They're very long, but the brushes on these are amazing and they don't flake out. These are called Graduate by Dela and Roney. This is a set that I got. I think it's £10 in English money. The bristles on them are gorgeous. You've got different sizes. I'll just show you. Now in the books I used this one here and this one mostly, because this is large enough to do your background and this is just about the right size to get into the small detailing. So once you've got your brushes, that's a big part of a mission accomplished on your paints, because it's about what you can do with getting into those little spaces. These ones do the straight lines, these ones not so much. They're really, really hard to get into doing straight lines. They're all over the place. So this is the chisel sort of end that I use for straight lines. This is great for scumbling and making like a lot of mess. So if you want to have these, I highly recommend them. They're a set of 5 and they're great. You can also buy, these are a Royal and Landnickel. Sorry about Tilly. And these are, I use this one quite a lot on my books, and this just gets it all over and it's messy. I got them in Hobbycraft. They are on Amazon. Amazon sell those brushes, so they're great. They are so cheap, and a mixing tray is like £2. Really, really cheap. Now with the background that I did and how to do the clouds, I use a white acrylic, a black acrylic, they are staple, and I used a light grey to create my clouds, and that is all you need. You don't need a dark grey, because you're going to add, you can add a little bit of black into the light grey to make the darker parts. So we're going to try, I'll show you my example. Sorry about my fat arm in the way. This was what I did last night. This is how I did like cloudy sky. It creates an atmosphere. This is, listen. Just listen to that crinkle. I've got to do that for a minute. I love the crinkle. Just one more time. It's amazing. Yes, I really love that sound. I'm not the only one, I know. That's why I was doing it. It's just that sound. Anyway, that's the water that does that. I'm like, oh, it's just amazing. So this is how I made light. And then on the end, you can start adding in a bit of, that's pencil there. So you can make the fluffiness, and you can add a little bit darker with the, you can add a little bit darker with a bit of pencil. But it creates such an atmosphere, and I absolutely love doing it. So I'm going to quickly show you on a piece of card how we did that. So I'm going to do it on a piece of card. I'm going to, Tilly's going to shout it out in the background. And I'm only going to just show on like, say this sort of section of it. So we're going to do this. We're going to have a go at doing this, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to do it on a, I think I'm going to do, shall I do the desert sky again like I did last time maybe? I'll go for this one. Hoi! So we are going to go for, you need a glass of water for your paint brushes. I'm going to bring the light down, and I used, this is like a small acrylic paint. I had these for when I used to do lettering. I used to do letters. You can use any, but I use this for like a desert. And they're very, very, I mean, that's quite watery inside. It just needs mixing. You can do it with a blue. Should we do a blue one? You need to draw your clouds in as well, which we need a pencil for. we grab a pencil. So we're gonna put, I've just got a light blue. You can do it in any way you want. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. So how I drew, there's no right or wrongs to this. I just put in, just so, because you've got quite a few shapes of clouds. I'm just going for any shapes here, and then you'll see it totally transforms it. So you've got a long bit on clouds as well. So I'm just going to go for that. That's my base of clouds. I know Tilly's shouting at me like, get me out of here. I think I'm going to do it on a blue sky so it shows up more. So I've just got here an Americana in, what colour is this? Ultra deep blue. I've never used this one. This is brand new from like last year. Never used it. And I'm just going to use it as an example, this one. This is not going to be too neat. You need your water, you need your tissue for your brush. And I'm going to go for this size at the moment. I've got my paint here. I'm going to go for just a blue one to start with, guys. Let's see what that's like. Okay, that'll do. Because it doesn't matter, you can water it down, you can add some white. If you want to add some white, you mix it in your... This is why you need a large one, because look, you can mix it all. So I'm just going to make a sky. I love playing in paint. Look how therapeutic this is. It's just like... Okay, so I'm just gonna, this is not gonna be amazing to start with. It looks messy, trust me. I thought, oh my god, what am I doing? So you're gonna go for round it. You're gonna go around your clouds. You're neating it up with a pencil after. You're going all over, go over the entire area as well. So you're going to go in, when you're going around the clouds, you can add your detailing in after. See how messy it starts to look when you first start it? It totally transforms when you add all the stuff in. Are you still here, guys, or is my... Because I'm just making sure, because I know my YouTube plays up sometimes. So you're going to go round. Okay, I'm just checking. I was making sure I've not gone quiet again. Because your detail is going to come after. So it's messy to start with and you think, oh Lord, what's happened? But this is just to show you. I've got to have some sort of blue. My background is not how I would personally do it at the moment. Like, you can add after. I'm just showing you for the sake of the clouds. I'm doing the clouds. It's not about the background at the moment. Okay. So now it's just a matter of... I'm off the page. So I'm just gonna, this is just for the sake of the clouds, guys. This is not how I would do a background yet. We could do that in a Misfit. You know, I might do a Misfits on stream one day, and because I really do that. I'm just showing you the clouds, how I did it. So you can do your background in any colour. You can do a desert one, you can do a blue one, you could do any one. So I need a colour to do it. I should have chose black card, but hey ho, we've done this now. So you've got some sort of base now. We can start to do the clouds. We need a hairdryer. Okay. Right, so now we shall start. We need some dry. We need to dry. Hi, Zoe! Use your cloud stencils. It doesn't have to be neat because you're going to add all your detailing in with your paintbrush and your paint. So that's the great thing about this. Right, let me show you while that's sort of drying. Grab your white, your light grey. It looks very similar. I don't care how much I've put in there. You only need a touch of black. The black amount is tiny because you're only going to use that to darken that up. Now you need a round brush. So you need a rounded brush because you're going to scumble it in and make it all messy. But you need your paint to dry. So I'm going to have a loud hairdryer in a minute, because I have to speed this up because it's on stream. So you need that amount. I'm going to zoom out because you need to see what I'm doing and how I'm mixing. We need the hairdryer. We need the hairdryer. Guys, 2 seconds. Going to put that on screen. I'll be 2 seconds. I'm back. Oh no, sorry about Chip. He's like making a noise, making a racket. Okay, so it's dry enough. I just quickly put the hairdryer on it. Now with your round brush, you're going to start off, dab it off a little bit. You don't want it wet. You're going to start off with your light grey. Now don't forget, you're just now starting to add in your messy appearance. So you're going to scumble. You want to add in the detailing. You want it quite blotchy, like you would with if you had oil paints. Because clouds are very fluffy and they're not neat. And you're not going to have a neat look. And you're going to start dabbing. Now I want a little bit of white there. So you're just blotching. So this is white. You're mixing between your white and your light grey at the moment. You add the black in at the last minute. So you're just scumbling around and adding in where you want the fluffiness. And then at the end, you want it to sort of come out. So don't be afraid to get messy, because this is the fun part. And then a bit of light grey. And this is just how I did it in my book. And when it's all dry and you've added a bit of detailing in, because I'm going to need to go and dry it again, which takes seconds, it's great fun. So you're just blotching a little bit. It's starting to look a bit fluffy now. Don't worry about this bit, guys, because this is, I've just done a messy background quickly to just show you the clouds. So it's just how you're going to add it on. And then a bit of white. Sorry, go for it. Go for it. Be brave. It's, you know, this is messy yet effective. And paints are. And that's what scares people. Paints are messy. Let's face it. You get them everywhere. They go all over. Look, you know, they go everywhere. Forget this. This is just me wiping my hand because I got it all over my thumb. They are messy. There's no doubt about it. Paints look a bloody mess to start with. Excuse my language. Oh, they are. And then something happens and you're like, oh, they're finally coming together. Okay. Then this bit, this is gonna be an extra bit. I know, I love it. I love playing in paint now. I'm like, oh, that's why I love my Misfits so much, because I'm playing in, like, just doing everything. On the Misfits pictures, I am putting paint, I'm putting markers, pencil, right, a bit of white on that. I'm putting stickles. Okay, so you see it's starting to look quite, I'm gonna add a little bit like fluff. Now I'm gonna add a little bit down here of my paints. If you can, is that all right? Is that in camera? Is that in shot? Yes, do it, do it, do it, do it. Get the Nauticals one. You need the tiniest amount of black. See how small that is? And you're gonna start adding it into that bit of grey there. So you're gonna make up like a stormy cloud. So the difference is that it's slightly darker. So wash your brush off first. And then dry it a little bit. You still want some wetness to it, but not saturated. And then grab that dark one. And then you're going to start layering and blotching that. You don't want too much of it. You just want a bit of a stormy effect to your clouds. So it's starting to look a bit more cloud-like. And then you're going to add a bit more black. And then, again, you want it a little bit like it's, you know, if you look at your clouds, you've got greys, whites, haven't you? Again, you're going to grab some of that. You're going to go down to this one. I'm going to add it in, make it fluffy. You're going to add the detailing in with your Prismacolor after. And you do this on your colouring books, the Create Space paper. Do you know what? I would say Create Space. It gets so much stick. I love doing stuff in my Create Space books. I'm going to put a little bit more black in that. Make this one a bit more cloudy and like stormy. Sorry about Tilly in the background. I do apologise. I can't stop her. And I only want a little bit. I'm going to add a bit more. And then that one's going to be my darkest one, I think, down here. Right, and then that needs to dry. And then I'm going to show you about adding all the extras in with a white Prisma or a luminance white. Either one of those. So we want this one a bit stormier. And then a little fluffy one there, I think. Okay, so we're getting there. You are done with your paints for now. Your rest is going to be in pencil. So again, I'm going to go and quickly dry that. I'm going to have we need a timeout thing on the table, don't we? Like a away card or something. Right. Away from the table. Wait a minute. We're going to put one. What have we got? Should we should we do a bit? Hold on, we're going to have a timeout. I'll show you, yeah, I'll show you. So, time out. Right, I'm going to try that quickly. We're on timeout. Be back. I'm back. I had to put something to show you I'm on timeout. Right, let's put my charger in. 2 seconds because I've got to put my charger in, guys. Right, we're back. Okay, I'm going to knock my phone a second. If you bear with me, I've got to put my charger in because, yeah. Right, we're back again. Alright, now, we shall be doing the quick. Just had to get that out of my way. We're going to use the pencil to add the detailing in. And then I'll quickly show you my misfits then, if that's what you want. Okay. Now, you can, I don't really use a black too much. You can use a black, but you need a dark grey and a white. And I'll show you, it looks exactly the same as what I've done in my misfits. So we need a dark grey. So we're going to go for, this is 70% warm grey in Prismas. We'll zoom in a little bit. See, sketch. Then we have, where's my white? I'm going to grab a white luminance if that's alright, but you can use your white Prisma, it's just as good. In fact, it's better. So, in these darkest parts, you just want to add a little bit of the darkening, like not a lot, just a little. So it's just to add a bit of a stormy effect. It's amazing, isn't it, Zoe, that I love that case that I just showed. It's the best one, I think. I love it, and I love the colour, and I love the quilting, I love the purple, I love it. So it's great. So you're only adding a little bit of this in sections because you don't want too much of this. So don't be afraid to try this, guys. It is really a lot of fun. And it is really effective in your colouring books on your completed pages. It really is. It looks really effective. It gives an atmosphere. So you have to make sure this is dry as a bone. I mean, these clouds are, look, they're dry. Otherwise you're just going to move the paint around and do your paint, you know, completely destroy your paper. Okay. Then you grab a white. You can grab white luminance or white Prisma. I can't actually find my white Prisma. What is going on? I think KP stole it. Because KP's always needing her white Prismas. My white's gone missing. I have no idea where it's gone. I'll have to use luminance. I have to. KP, have you taken it? I can't find it. It's gone missing. It's gone for a walk. Okay, so with the white, I've just got my white luminance. Use a white Prisma if you have one. Now you're just going to add in like the fluffiness of the clouds. It just gives it an atmosphere. See, now you can like, you know where you look at a cloud that's got those little traily bits off? You don't need to go all the way around, but you can do. Don't be afraid to. It's great fun. If you wait a little while, you can go back over it. You know, you can harden your pressure. You don't have to do it lightly. I'm just doing it lightly at the moment. And then at the end, you can trail off. And it makes it fluffy. Zoe, do what you're comfortable with as well. But it's the only way I've found is sometimes if you go out your comfort zone, you discover things that you end up loving. If you don't enjoy it, then you know you're not going to bother going to it. Oh, I can do that on here. You just do it with your finger. That's a Dee Dee. That's Dee Dee's. Dee Dee showed that on her streams, and that is not my technique, guys. I just picked it up from Miss Dee Dee. I love Dee Dee's stream. She taught us how to do fog with her finger and paint, and yeah, it's amazing. She does it with a baby wipe. I just do it with my finger and get messy. Okay, so then with this part, I'm just going to add a little bit up here. I think Laura Rafferty, Laura Colours too, I'm not sure about the name of her channel, I'll have to look it up. She does one of these tutorials, I'm sure I saw a thumbnail, I haven't watched it yet, I will do, with watercolours, how to do it with watercolour background, and using watercolours, how to do this same method. And I'm not clever enough with watercolours, I wish I was, but I'm not. And I think she's done a video on one, so that will be another one to check out if you're interested. Right, now with the white, I'm going to add just some random white fluff. My fluff. Is anyone else called fluff? There's a lot of fluff. And it starts to have like cloudy bits. Hi Kay! I'm showing how I did the clouds on the Misfits picture. Am I still here, guys? I'm just making sure. Because my screen keeps freezing. My YouTube's on one today. Okay, so you can add these anywhere. Yeah, no, I agree, Katrina. I love Dee Dee. Like, I genuinely love watching her streams and joining in when I can. She's just like, oh, she's just amazing with any media, isn't she? That's what we all say. When we grow up, we want to be Dee Dee. And talking of Dee Dee, I got some the postcards from her antique in the post today. I have to email her and let her know they reached me. I'll show you what they were, and they're really interesting. Okay, so that is all I do, and then you can add another like one, and that is it. So if I show you without that distraction, that is how I create a fluffy cloudy effect with acrylic paints. And if I show you the comparison, guys, I will show you. So I've just done it on a blue, but that is all I did. Now, depending on the size of your picture, the size of your background, you will be depending on that. If you've got a huge open space, you might want to do them this size. You might want to downsize it if it's in like this kind of space. If I zoom out, you might want to downsize it and do them small. And you might want to make these on blue. Beware that that is going to come out a lot more vivid than it does on a darker colour. On a darker colour, these areas are not going to be as in your face. It's going to definitely be, you know, much brighter on blue than it is on against like a desert sky. The same all I did with there was that scumbling method and added like dead grass. That's all I did with that. So this is all you do. Just have a little go. Don't be scared to try it. If you want to add... Does she? She's a bit better looking than I am, but thanks. Hi guys, anyone that's coming in. Did I see Christy's there and Anthony? Hi Christy and Anthony. So just give it a go. Now, I strongly suggest you try them on the Misfits pictures if you've got any of these books, because these are great fun. I've showed this on a previous one. Now, this is the fog which Dee Dee shows in her videos. All I did, you got some white acrylic paint. Don't worry about getting your fingers messy or your, you know. Now, you can water it down or you can have it straight. I water it down. I put a little bit there. I grab some water. You can grab a baby wipe. Ouch, that was my elbow. I just knocked my elbow. Okay, so it makes it watery in your hand. Just going to try a little bit on here. So Dee Dee does it with a baby wipe, which is a great idea because then you can wipe away. I just add just a little bit in. And you want to, if you want to darken it up a bit, add some more into there. If you want to add it a bit more white. Dip your finger in a bit of water, mix it in again. So you can add it over the top. You fade it out. Again, if you want to add a little bit more on, you can just dab it on. Just play around in paint. I'm just doing it on this so you can see because it's not really going to ruin it because it's already there. So again, you want to water it down a bit, grab some more water on your finger. It's literally just on your fingertips. And it's just effective. When a picture's done, you want to grab that down. And then with a clean finger, just like do it up. And that is all I did. You add where you want it on a picture. Dee Dee showed this. It's so easy. It's so quick. How quick is that? You just get messy. So get messy and enjoy it. And that is all you do with fog. So I've just got like this water because that was what I was painting with. Just dip your finger in it. Hold on. I don't want to get that over my page. Dip your finger in it and just add that water in. And it just makes it very watery. And then you can just literally dab it on your page. And drag it. Dip and drag. So dip and drag. And then you can always add it darker if you want to and make it really misty. It's just fun. Look at it. I mean, look. I'm just having the time of my life with paint. I'm just like, look, just bring it on. I just love the paint at the moment. I mean, you know. So that is all I've done, honestly. Dee Dee does it with a baby wipe so you don't get as messy as me. Dip and drag. Just dip and drag. Dip your finger and drag. That's all it is. That is it. That's how I do the fog. Dee Dee does it. She puts a baby thingy, baby wipe on her finger and does it with a baby wipe, which is great. I mean, I don't mind. I'm just going to go and wash my hands, otherwise I can't talk. Then do you want me to quickly show you the misfits I've done then recently? And then I'm going to go because times are pushing. I think I've been on like nearly 2 hours. And yeah, I'm just going to wash my hands. So, yeah. 2 seconds again. I'm like off from the table again. Where's my timeout? Where's my timeout sign? I don't know where it's gone now. I don't know where timeout is, guys. Don't know where it is. Okay, I've got to find my Misfits pictures and then I'm gonna... It is! It's messy. Right. I'm going to grab my Misfits pictures. I'll show you those. And then I'm going to say, K Sarah Sarah. God, I don't know where I put things. Oh my Lord, where have I put it? I'll show you that as well. That finally got finished. Seriously. Sorry guys, I am here. I'm just trying to find those Misfits books that I've been working in that I seem to have gone missing. I found them, found them. Found them. Success! I found them. Right, I'm with you again now. I found them. Okay, so this one is the Misfits Colouring Heaven special. And in here, I showed this on my flip through, but I've done this one, which was great fun to do. This one is called The Unfortunate End of Tree Girl. I think this is the exclusive, is that, no, which one is the exclusive image? I'm not sure, but there's one exclusive image to this book. Then I've done the Transistant Railways, which was finished last night. Yeah, a lot of them are in the books. This is just because I've got this, there's a mixture from all her books, but you can get these in the Misfits books. So I've done that one. I don't think I've done any more in here. I've based this one, but I'm not quite happy with it, so I might go back to it. I'm going to do this one tonight. This one is called When I Am Queen. So I've based this with alcohol markers, and you know that I always do that with these. And then I just completely transform it with Prismacolors and paints and watercolors. So I'm going to do this one next. Right, so then in the others, I have done, this is volume 3. Sorry. Oh, by the way guys, that Tree Girl is in here. You know the one that I coloured? I've got a second copy, so that's in volume 3, that picture. Hi May! So then I've done this one, which is the artillery one. I think it's going to send the artillery number 3. And I added, oh, sorry about shaking the camera. I added, this was done with a base of alcohol markers. Then I've added all the Prisma detailing. This is a watercolour with Neocolour background, grass. Then I added some more trees because there was only a handful. So I've added more of the same. This is what I added. I added that one. I added this one, this one. I added a couple. And then I added a moon, which I've put some stickles on. And I've done like a foggy night sky. So that one is from number 3. And then I just fancied doing a really girly one. So I did this one. And again, this was done with acrylic paint. It's acrylic paint background. And I did an alcohol base, like alcohol marker base. I did glossy unicorn horns. So I did like, I added the lines into that unicorn horn and I made it like it was glossy with the shading. I did Wink of Stella on her tights. And I did a stencil so that it looked like it's like grungy, and I did the same unicorn horn on both of them so they're matching. And then I added, like I always do, the wisps of hair, and I drew back in the little stars because there were some stars. So I've done that one as well. I know, I love May's ones. I think that's all I've done out of this one. But this is the one I want to do more from. Then from number 4, which is the fairy one, I did this one. And if I turn the light down slightly, you'll see I did the mushrooms. This is alcohol base marker, and then I've done watercolour Jane Davenport's grass, and I've done a night sky with fog. I added a moon in, there was no moon, and I've added stickles on her wings. If I bring the light over, you can see there's like stickles on her wings, and I've also put some on these, you know, these red mushrooms. I've added some stickers on those. So these are great fun to do, and actually I could do these in 2 hours. So these don't take long. And that, I think, is all I've done out of these. Yeah, that's all I've done. That's what I've showed you all of them, I think. Yeah, I have. So I want to finish these. Genuinely want to finish these books. And I'll just quickly show you my Forever Whip. This is going to feature on my next completed pages for the month. I finished her, and I'm so happy with that skull in the end. I put some Wink of Stella on the jewels, but I finished her. And this was a Patreon image only, and I darkened her skin up a little bit more. Look, I'll show you. That's the colour of it. It's not as pale as I usually do. And I put some chocolate in that. So I really need to do some more Misfits, and I'm going to be working on that. But I'm just showing you what I've done. So I'm really, really happy about her in the end. And I used such a different mix of pencils on this one. And her eyes were, I think I used yellow, green and blue in that. And I used lots of lines. And yeah, I was really, really happy with the end result of this. But that's what I mean by comfort zone. You know, I would never have added chocolate into Caucasian skin, but somehow it worked. So yeah, you can get this. This is the Patreon only image. So if you're a patron to Jasmine Beckett, you can get this image on there. There's a backlog of all her images. And then for my Colours of Sweden, I have started out of the jewellery box this one, and I've done it in Holbein's so far. I think I'm only going to do Holbein's on this one, but this is, I'll bring the light over. This is what I'm going to be doing. It's got a double page, and I think I'm going to do acrylic background. So that is also what I'm working on, and this will be a little bit of time, I think, with this one, because I really want to take my time and layer and graduate the colours out. So yeah, that is it for today, guys. So on the next one, we covered quite a lot. So we covered Sky, and we have started the hedgehogs. So with this one, if on Saturday I would have done these, okay, so I'm going to come back, I would have done them in the same colours, then we can continue and we might be able to finish, and then we'll do the background another day. So we will be back. We can always do a mixed stream. I find mixed streams are much better. I don't know about you guys, but I really enjoy a mixed stream. Which one, Katrina? Thanks, guys. Thank you so much for your compliments. I'm just reading them. So we have covered quite a lot today, but I like doing a mixture so that it's not just colouring. We can cover quite a few things. I think they keep your attention, well, they keep my attention more. I don't know about you. they keep my attention much more. I'm not taping that one, no. That's just in my own time, Katrina. I can't do them all on stream. I mean, my back just won't handle it. So I think the one after that might be in is it Fantasia? Nick Filbert's one. What's that called? Is that Fantasia? It's a mermaid. In Fantasia, I think so. Oh, you have a great time. That's okay. I quite like a mixed stream, so should we keep with a mixed stream? So if I do a little bit on the hedgehogs, we'll do something else. Maybe we can start a Misfits, or we'll mix it up a little bit. We'll do a few things. But yeah, we'll add. I mean, if I did all the ones that I coloured, I'd be filming forever. So it's just not possible. But that's okay. If you miss Saturdays, like I say to everyone, if you're not here, that's fine. It's there to catch up with. So I hope you enjoyed today's stream. So we've done, start of that, we've done a night sky, well, a cloudy sky. with acrylic paints. And I am now going to go and flop on the sofa, and I might start shading in that Misfits one. Yeah. Alright then guys, thanks so much for staying for 2 hours. Have a lovely day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world, and I'll see those of you who are able on Saturday. If not, I'll catch up with you in the meantime over on the groups. So take care everyone. I'm glad you enjoyed today's stream because it was quite a lot, wasn't it? It was quite a lot to fit in. So take care everyone. Huge huge hugs to you all. Bye.